Hello, it's Authentic Gay Blog here, and today is National Coming Out Day. They seem to move it actually every year, but it's normally around this time, the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of October. So, these days, a lot of young people seem to come out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, to a fanfare of applause and stuff like that, which is really great and wonderful. However, many young people do not come out to that experience, especially from religious communities and ethnic minorities. They don't always have such a positive experience. Neither do a lot of young white LGBT people either, and we need to remember that. When I came out in 1991, 1992, I first came out as bisexual to test the waters a bit with my friends, and then later came out as gay. I'm lucky. That was in 1992. I'm lucky because my friends at the time actually had a very positive reaction, and in fact some of them were more upset that I told other friends before I told them. And actually, when I came out as bisexual when I was at Teesside Polytechnic in November 1991, the most positive reaction came from a Muslim guy. I can't remember his name. He was very handsome, but he said, "I still love you as my brother, even though you're bisexual." So that was brilliant for me. I was very lucky. I had no negative internalized homophobia. In fact, when I came out as gay, because of my life, if you've watched my other videos, you'll know all about the lovely childhood I had in the care system. And it's quite funny actually, because I think in the last children's home I was in, they sensed that I might be queer, a perfect faggot. In fact, in my care file, it says the staff encouraged the other lads to beat me up to make me more of a boy. Read into that what you might. Anyway, so coming out for me was easy because it meant I realised, to me, a lot made sense, because there'd been lots of times when I had really kind of admired guys, and I kind of thought I was admiring them and I wanted to be like them, but I didn't. I wanted to be in them, if you know what I mean. I wanted to have sex with them, and there were a number of occasions where some actually quite handsome, sexy men came on to me and I was completely oblivious to it. In fact, I had a work colleague called Stuart who I really fancied. He was gorgeous, and he was in a slightly higher position to me. I was a temp and he was a full-time member of staff, and I needed some keys, and he said, "Well, they're in my pocket. You can take them out of my pocket." And I didn't realise at the time I was probably a bit of a come on. Anyway, my main struggle with being gay has actually been other gay men, funnily enough, and the narrative that there's only one way to be gay, and that's to like drag and have lots of anonymous sex and shagging around and taking drugs and drinking all the time, and there seems to be a narrative that there's only one type of gay man, and that is someone who's flamboyant and outgoing and bitchy and a fashion guru and all of that. And I don't fit any of those stereotypes. There are some very obvious gay traits that I have leaving aside the fact that I want to have sex with men. Like I like theatre, I like plays, I kind of like Dusty Springfield, I like Kate Bush. They're quite obvious gay traits. But apart from that, I am more on the outside of the gay male community, which is quite hurtful for me sometimes. To be there basically, but it is National Coming Out Day, and we all have our coming out stories, and us older guys, us older gay men, we didn't come out to fanfares, we didn't come out to applause on Facebook and articles in Pink News about us and anything like that. We came out quietly to a select group of people in our lives, and over a period of time, and we faced, at the time, in the 1990s when I came out, huge amounts of homophobia in society. When I came out, 66% of the British public thought being gay was mostly or totally wrong. Yes, 66% thought that. My first gay pride march, people were throwing stones and bottles at us and hurling abuse. And when I came out of Brixton Tube Station to go to the park where the events were taking place, the people in Brixton were lined up on the street spitting at us, calling us faggots and batty boys and all of that malarkey, so a lot of us gay men did not have those positive reactions when we came out. So it is good that mostly these days reactions are more positive, but like I said at the start of this, not everybody has the luxury of coming out to that kind of reception from other people. You ask the Albert Kennedy Trust, they have still in 2020 young people turning up on their doorstep who've been kicked out of home for being gay. So on National Coming Out Day, we need to remember that. Coming out is a very personal, individual journey. Not everybody has a positive reaction to it. However, it is something very important that LGBT people do in order to feel themselves and to be honest with the people who are in their life. And also, it's not something we do once either. It is an ongoing process. Every time you're in a new situation, a new workplace situation, move to a new area, you're coming out, because if you're lucky to be in a relationship and you move with your boyfriend somewhere, somebody goes, is that your brother, is that your flatmate, is that your roommate, no, he's my boyfriend, my husband, whatever. Excuse me, sorry, I got hiccups. So, we need to remember that, and we also need to remember there's more than one way to be a gay man. Okay, there's more than one way to be a gay man. There's more than one way to be a gay man. There are many ways to be a gay man. And as a community, we need to embrace all of our gay and bisexual brothers, and embrace as well now our transgendered brothers as well, because they face a whole different level of challenges and stuff like that, especially if they identify as gay or bisexual.